Hello and welcome back.
Hey.
Today, a different story, a different subject. We're going to talk about food.
Food. Yeah.
Me especially. I'm an expert. What are we talking about when we talk about food?
Oh.
The goods, the bads, the general things about food that I was thinking. Food, all throughout the human history, was a challenge to come by. You had to, sometimes you had only to pick it, but only in some parts of the world. Otherwise, you would have to farm it, you would have to hunt it, you would have to work hard for food. So, but now we're in a different stage of in most of the civilized parts of the world. Food is not necessarily hard to get. Good food might be hard to get, but food to keep you alive, to keep you fed, it's quite cheap all around the globe. So, are we going to talk about food in general or about food with specifics?
Well, I would say that we could start with the first thought that came to us when we arrived at this subject after intense debate of 1 minute. And I would say for me the first thought was it's hard to do what you want to do when it comes to food.
So you're talking about
Especially-
good food.
Yeah, especially when it comes to doing something good. Because it's not hard to say that you want to eat something and then eat it.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say, I want to eat, as you say, good food, or I want to eat healthy food. I want to not eat certain food. That's in my 29 years of experience, which is not a lot.
Really?
That's yeah. That's a tough challenge. It's tougher than I thought. I mean, and especially I was thinking about the moment that you decide, okay, I'm gonna start eating right. I'm gonna start eating healthy food, and there's two interesting periods. The first one is from the moment that you say I'm gonna start to the moment that you're actually gonna start, and then after that.
True.
And we were talking about this, I think, a few months ago or something, and we were saying that it's not a good thing that you're giving yourself permission to eat a lot of crap in between the first two moments. So if today I say starting Monday I'm gonna eat healthy, I'm probably gonna have a rough period from today until Monday.
Yeah, that's true.
And the stupid thing is that I've had this ridiculous period a lot of times, and it's done me more harm than good. I don't know.
And I think
Are you
this is
done?
one of the problems that you encounter with diets. Because diets, there are two kinds of diets. The life-changing diets that they say, okay, if you do this for the rest of your life, and most of people don't want to commit to that. Nobody wants to say, okay, I want to change my habits from now on till the day I die. Only there are some exceptions. If you have a disease, or if you have cancer and the doctor says you can't eat that anymore, and you want to live, you'll do that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's quite hard to go on this journey. Okay, from now on until the day I die, I'll change my ways. and the other part is the other part was about the diets.
Mm-hmm.
The diets that are in a specific timeline. You have to keep this diet for 2 months, a month, 3 months.
Short term.
Short term, yes. Those diets might work on the short term, but after that might cause you more harm than good. But not always. This is
You might gain more weight than you had initially.
yes, because after you lose some weight, you relax and you say, okay, I can eat whatever I want because I'm almost thin now.
Yeah.
And in a couple of months, this happened to me. I think I had 100 kilograms and I lost 11 kilograms. I was 89 and I said, okay, this really works. People around me were not noticing, okay, you got a lot thinner. And I said, okay, this works. Okay, I'll stop the diet. And a year from then, I had 105. So I had 5 kilograms more than I started with. It's not necessarily because of the diet, but it didn't really change the way I was doing things normally. It was just a period of time that I choose to do things different. But after that, it didn't affect my way of life, my style.
Okay. Yeah, we got into diets. Maybe I was thinking maybe it's interesting to define what good food is. And that's also because we already talked about good food and healthy food. And the 2 points that came to my mind were, and both of them I heard online, but they weren't interesting. The first one was, it doesn't really make sense to call a food healthy. It depends on the quantity mostly. I mean, if you eat 2 kilograms of broccoli, you're gonna be sick probably.
Sick of broccoli for sure.
Yeah. And so healthy food is mostly a made up marketing term that
But I think it's
trying to convince you to buy certain food.
true, but I think we people tend to put things into categories just to identify them easier. So those are my people. Those guys in the other jerseys are the enemy, the other team. These are the good foods. These are the bad foods. It's easier for us to arrange them like this when we go to the supermarket, just to choose. Okay, this is a good food, a bad food, but it's not always true. But I think it's a shortcut that we take as humans.
Yeah, and the second one is there is a way to categorize it, as you said, that makes sense to most people or feels right to most people. Like, I don't know, meat and vegetables are good food, healthy food. I'm talking about most people. And food that's processed a lot is not as healthy. And I think that
sugar in it, or
a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs. And when you talk to someone, I think studies aren't really relevant. And it's also weird that on any subject you find a study that says if you look hard enough, you'll find a study that says eggs are awesome for you, and another one that says eggs give you cancer. So it's really hard to trust any one of them right now. But it's a lot about personal experience, I think, when you talk to someone. And even now, if you ask me, I will tell you, if you ask me what I eat, what healthy food I eat, I'll tell you what makes me feel good. And I'll tell you about eggs, I'll tell you about salad, and I'll tell you that eating pizza is an enjoyable experience. Eating pizza is a good experience while you're eating it, so for those 15 minutes, but it makes you feel slow for 2 hours afterwards, and it makes it easier for you to eat other bad food, I think.
But you said it's about quantity. So if you eat a slice of pizza, does it make you slow and make you eat other bad stuff?
I don't think so.
So it is about choosing the right food, but also the quantity.
Yeah.
My thoughts when we said we were going to talk about food, what people like this subject or read about it because they want to be healthy. They want to lose some weight. They want to
Feel better.
better. But I think that with food, it's like with money. It's 10 or 20% knowledge and 80% habits.
Okay.
And when I talk about habits, most of the habits happen because you prepare for them.
Okay.
I'll give an example. Last week, I wanted to eat for lunch, and I said, okay, I'm hungry, I want to eat something healthy. I was at the office. What's around me? Okay, 2 fast food joints. Okay, I have no option because I didn't prepare, I didn't plan ahead.
Yeah.
I have to go there. Okay, which one do I go to? Okay, I'll go with the sandwich or the other one that I think it's a bit more healthy or what the thing that makes me feel better even if I went there. I had a horrible experience not because of the food, because of the queue. I had to wait for 15 minutes only to order. It was smelling of food. I don't like the smell of fast food restaurants. And said, okay, why did this happen? Because I didn't plan. Because
you did have the option to drive to another place, but
I
that's
didn't
not
have
very
the car.
likely.
I didn't have the car.
Oh, okay.
So I could take a cab or an Uber, but
Yeah.
who does that alone?
Yeah, that's a lot.
And said, I don't want to do it. So because I didn't prepare in the morning or in the evening before, I had to choose between 2 bad things.
Okay.
So the 10 or 20% of knowledge,
The Hillary versus Trump of food. Choose between 2 bad options. Okay.
the head knowledge, the things I know about food and the things that I decided for me to eat are useless, are irrelevant because I didn't prepare for that. I didn't take action beforehand, and I was stuck with 2 lousy options. So I find that when I think, okay, what I'm going to eat tomorrow for lunch, when I go shopping, I can shop for the things I want to eat tomorrow. So I don't have to make the decision hungry and in a hurry. I'm making the decision now when I'm hopefully full. One of the tricks of getting or buying good food is go shopping after you eat. Don't go when you're hungry because you'll buy a lot of stuff, sugary stuff, because you have cravings. So if I make the decision now for tomorrow's lunch, I make the decision with the head knowledge that I know, so it's easier for me to use that in a habit. If I don't do that, the things that I know about food and the decisions I made for me are irrelevant because I'm stuck with bad options.
Yeah. And if you go shopping hungry, you end up buying things that you want in that moment, and you lie to yourself that, okay, I'm gonna get more than I'm gonna eat now, but then it's in your house. When you're hungry and you open the cupboard or open the fridge, it's there, and it's basically one more temptation that you have to resist.
True.
And you're just making your life harder.
One of the things that happen when you have kids is that it's way harder to keep this schedule. For me, my wife eats whatever she wants and she's still skinny, and she'll make cupcakes, lava cakes, pancakes, different cookies for her and the kids. It's not that she puts a lot of sugar. No, they're almost they're not sweet almost at all. But they still have flour and those things still have things that I shouldn't eat if I want to lose some weight. So yeah, in that sense, it's way easier if you don't have it in the house, because you will have to fight, and sometimes you won't have healthy food or things that you want to eat, and you'll be hungry and say, okay, what do I choose?
It's the scenario. It's similar to your lunch scenario, because if you get a craving for chocolate but it's not in your house, you're probably not gonna drive a lot for some chocolate, and you're gonna get over it, usually. So, was there another thought you had on the subject, or we could try to wrap it up and.
So I think that you're saying that don't trust things that are online. Not always, or take it with a bit of salt, because you can find different arguments for each side online, but go with things that make you feel good, but not while you're eating them, because
things that make you feel good in the long term.
In the long term, or what makes you feel good 3 hours after you eat. Not necessarily that, I feel from that salad I have an euphoric state. No. What makes you feel in your brain good, saying that, okay, it's a good thing I ate that instead of that. So
what makes you have self-respect after you eat it?
So this is one of your points.
And another one is that it's tough. We don't know. We don't have absolute conclusions on this subject. The latest science, from what I know, is that something that works for you might not work for me, and vice versa. And I would say go with what feels good. Go with maybe go with some real science. I mean, don't go with studies that are funded by the sugar industry. Go with sources that are kind of better than that. And it's a tough one.
It's a tough one, but if you look, I've seen a study, I think, or a video 2 months ago. The fattest places or countries on Earth is not America. Are the countries that are or either too poor to afford good food, or too rich to resist delicious, unhealthy food. So the Arab countries in the rich ones, and the Polynesia and other small island states that are too poor to buy good food. So it's quite weird that it's for different people are different experiences, but you can see a trend in these countries. So it's kind of something that affects all of us. So the thing that I argued is that it's most of it based on habits. So if you make habits of eating good food. Pizza's here! It's only 8:30 in the morning.
Alright.
And a Coke. Not sponsored yet. So this is my
You were
job.
saying, okay.
I was saying it's about habits. So, but it's also about challenging yourself. It's saying what can I do to challenge myself? So this is my challenge. One whole week from now till next Thursday, right here,
Okay.
I'll try and see how much I can do it in a fast.
Mm.
I'll only drink water. I'll drink coffee without any sugar or sweetener or cream or milk, or only black coffee, tea, and water for 1 week.
Mm.
This is the last meal I'll have for 1 week.
Okay.
I'll try to keep a journal to see how this and how much I can do it. If hopefully it will go for an entire week. You're kind of shocked. She's just finding out about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Wanna join me?
I'm not really, and you're gonna need a lot of energy if you're gonna do it. And I'm just gonna say one thing, which is that I believe in you. You can do this.
So
So that's the only judgment. Next week I'll reveal what I was thinking.
you can say it now.
But no, it's fine. But for now I'll be positive and we'll see about it.
1 week.
All right. So we'll see you next week.